My name is Douglas Ammar. I am the Executive Director of the Georgia Justice Project here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm originally from Charleston, West Virginia. I went to Davidson College in North Carolina. Worked for a few years in Alabama before I came to Atlanta in 1986. I went to Washington and Lee Law School after that and graduated and came back here in Atlanta. And I've been associated with the Georgia Justice Project since it started in 1986. I was a volunteer before I went to law school. I have been on staff since 1990, a year out of law school. I worked for a firm for a short time. I became the executive director in 1995 when our founder, John Pickens, left to go to run a foundation in Alabama. The Georgia Justice Project, the three sentences that most easily describe our work is that we are an unlikely mix of lawyers, social workers, and a landscape company. We defend people, poor people, who are accused of crime, and win or lose, we stand with them and their families as they rebuild their lives. And we're trying to break the cycle of crime and poverty, and we believe that's one of the best ways to do it. It was established in 1986. We are a nonprofit organization. We receive no government funds or grants. We don't take court appointments, so we're an independent body. Our core services are legal. Everybody who walks in the door comes to us because they want a free lawyer on the front end. I always tell folks that people come to us because we're a free lawyer on the front end and the job on the back end. And in the middle are social services. And those are our three legs: legal services, social services, and jobs. We started our own business 15 years ago in 1993 because so many of our people coming out of prison couldn't get jobs. And I say our people because we stay with our people in the prison. If they go to prison, we visit them. We take their clients' the families to visit them in prison. So the idea is to form a long-term relationship with our people. And as part of that, we saw that so many folks coming out of prison couldn't get jobs. And so we were inspired, and maybe a little bit crazy, to start our own business, which is a landscape company. We actually hired a client to help us come up with an idea. He thought landscaping would work because folks coming out of prison want to be outside. It's a lot of hard work. And so we started it with no grants, no contracts, just sort of the back of somebody's truck and a couple of lawnmowers. And now today that landscape business is about a $600,000 enterprise itself under our 501c3. We employ right now about 14 or 15 people every day to do landscaping here in the metro area. Well, we believe in a very unique way of practicing, and that encompasses lots of things. First of all, since we're not tethered to a bureaucratic system, we don't have to take X, Y, and Z cases. We pick and choose our cases. We can slow our caseload down, and we can accelerate it depending on the needs of our clients and the needs of the organization. We don't charge our clients any money, so the number of clients coming in the door doesn't generate more income to keep the lights on. And we're not a fee-for-services organization, though occasionally we have done some contracts with big foundations. The bottom line is that gives us the untetheredness of the legal practice to, first of all, engage our clients more fully, whether it takes 100 hours or 5 hours or 200 hours for a case. We believe we can apply that, and that's a core principle of our work. Another real core principle about our work is that we're not just interested in the case. One of our staff likes to say, we don't take cases, we take clients. We are interested in the client where they're at, and the idea of assessing that client, which is what we do at the front end of every case. We assess them from a social service staff. Our social workers do that work, and we come up with a game plan that the lawyers, the social workers, and the client buy into. And that basically forms a contract by which we try to work together and work on their case, certainly, get the client bought into a social service plan, and move forward. Now, that plan isn't just an alternative sentencing plan. We are not an alternative sentencing place. Do we do alternative sentencing? Yes. But it's really about addressing the needs of the client. Does it have an impact on the client's outcome legally? Of course it does. But it's not that sort of ends-driven. It's much more about the means. So that's key to our work. We're also about accountability and responsibility. I mean, we're big about restorative justice here. So if our clients are guilty, and I'll say this, if we can't win the case, I mean, there's no way to win the case, which is anywhere from 75% to 95% of the time throughout the country, criminal lawyers do not win the case. So it's not a big surprise to know that. We get our clients engaged in some form of restorative justice, accountability, making the victim whole, whether it's the restitution, whether it's a forgiveness, whether, and obviously with drug cases, it's getting clean, or it's somehow doing something in the community. So for us, it's about getting the client moving forward in their lives, not just resolving the case. And then, of course, the other piece that makes our work really different is the long-term relationship. Judges, prosecutors, probation officers know that when we handle a client, it's not over when we walk out of the door. When the courtroom door shuts, we're still with that client. We're still with that family. We have events every year to invite our clients and their families back for dinners and gatherings and parties. We do GD classes and computer classes. We do job trainings seminars. We help people move on with their lives even 5, 10, 15 years after their cases are over. So for us, it's about a long-term relationship that starts with the attorney-client relationship, but it means that we're practicing towards a different end, not just the raw legal outcome. Do we get good legal outcomes? Absolutely. We get great legal outcomes. Do we care about legal outcomes? Absolutely. But what we're really interested in is the person. But whether this work is rewarding is an easy question to answer, because this is very rewarding work. Location's important. Where I'm sitting now, where our offices are is directly behind the grave of Martin Luther King Jr. It's a powerful place to be in the universe, much less in Atlanta, to be sitting on the block where he preached, where his father preached, on the block where he's buried, half a block away from where he's born. To do justice work anywhere in the country and to do it right here is a powerful thing. So location's important. We're in an historically African-American community, a powerful community both in history and legacy, what it means to this community and the world. Auburn Avenue is 1 street away. Sweet Auburn Avenue, the home of the first black and the biggest black national businesses in this country 100 years ago. So it's a powerful place to just be present and to be in relationship and to try to do justice in the community and the world. Is it personally rewarding? Well, it certainly is. It certainly is because, for me, I love being a lawyer. I really do. I love practicing law. I mean, my staff will tell you, folks who see me in court will tell you, I mean, I love a good fight, actually. I love to use my legal skills for the benefit of our clients. I love the idea of using my brain and not just my heart. I mean, too many of us who care about the community too many of us who are called to serve, come with just our heart out and leave our brains behind too many times. Too many lawyers do the opposite. We come with our brains and leave our hearts behind. So to really wrap them both together is a powerful thing to do. It's a powerful witness, certainly to our clients, but also to the legal community. Some say that we are, our work is a redemptive act just for the legal practice, and I don't often tout that, but I think it's an interesting way of talking about it. And for me, that redemption is about bringing parts of who I am together, not just in myself, but also with my client. In other words, this isn't an isolated act. This isn't an insular act. This isn't a narcissistic act. This is an act that, by that power of the merger of my brain and my heart, and our brains and our hearts, we are more fully present for our clients. And in that presence, we are more fully engaged. And in that more fully engagement, our clients are more fully able to become more human and better citizens. Sure, results are important here. They are. We gauge results on 2 basic tiers, although we hope to expand our data on that front. But our first tier is, are we making a difference legally? In other words, are our clients better off because they walk on our door, because we agree to help them? And one of the ways we talk about that is legal outcomes and recidivism outcomes, or just pre-conviction outcomes. On the first front, on legal outcomes, we generally have year to year about anywhere from a 4 to 7% incarceration rate. What I mean by that is 4 to 7%, as high as 8 sometimes, as low as 1 some years, of our clients, as a result of having a case, have further time in jail as a result of having the case. That compares nationally to about 71% nationally. 71% of everybody who has a charge in this country gets jail or prison time. Another way of talking about results is that nationally only about 23% of cases are dismissed or have an acquittal. We have almost very consistently about a 50 to 55% acquittal or dismissal rate. So we know on the front end, on the legal results, and I believe because we're doing things the way we're doing them, that we have better results for our folks. And the second part about results is whether our people end up back in prison and jail. And our way of gauging that is twofold. If you've gone to prison, do you go back to prison? And our one big study on that showed that if you're out of prison 1 year or 17 years with us, there's about a 15.8% chance you're going to go back to prison. That compares nationally to about a 76% rate of going back to prison when you're out of jail for 3 years and under. So another way we talk about results is, do you get another arrest or conviction? And that number is a little bit higher. We do have people, it's about a 20%, 18 to 20% of our folks, 4 years after we touch them, get back in trouble with the law. And of course, there's not much to compare that apple to apples, but you get the sense if 76% of folks are going back to prison after having a case and going to prison, we know we're making a difference in our community.